Good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss the lesson The Hundred Dresses Part 2. This lesson has been taken from your textbook, First Flight. Before this, the lesson The Hundred Dresses Part 1 had been discussed to you. Now you can remember that Wanda Petronsky, a poor Polish girl, had immigrated to America along with her family. She studied in a school with other American students. Every day she came to school in a faded blue dress, which was never ironed. She sat in the corner of the classroom where some noisy boys sat. Wanda was an introvert. What is opposite of introvert? Extrovert is opposite. So remember this. Wanda was an introvert girl. The other students would wait for her, pass comments, and make fun of her outside the school. Peggy and Maddie often talked to her, but they too made fun of her. Wanda was close to Maddie. Peggy would often ask Wanda about her dresses in her closet. Wanda would reply that she had 100 silk dresses. Peggy and Maddie would laugh and ask about Wanda's shoes. Wanda would reply that she had 60 pairs of different shoes. Maddie was unlike Peggy. She was poor and wore old clothes, usually given to her by others. She disliked all when they laughed at Wanda and wished Peggy would not tease her. Wanda's absence from school went unnoticed. All the students waited anxiously for the announcement of the names of winners of the drawing and coloring competition. Peggy was expected to be the winner. The drawings were displayed all over the class. Miss Mason announced that girls had sent only one or two drawings, but a girl had sent 100 beautiful drawings. To everyone's surprise, Wanda Petronsky was declared the winner. Unfortunately, Wanda was absent on that day to hear the applause or praise that was due to her. Dear children, now the time has come to discuss the lesson The Hundred Dresses Part 2. Yes, this is your lesson for today. While the class was circling the room, the monitor from the principal's office brought Miss Mason a note. Miss Mason read it several times and studied it thoughtfully for a while. Then she clapped her hands. Attention, class. Everyone back to their seat. When the of feet, shuffling means sound of feet, had stopped and the room was still and quiet, Miss Mason said, I have a letter from Wanda's father that I want to read to you. Miss Mason stood there a moment and the silence in the room grew tense. Tense means serious and expectant means hopeful. The teacher adjusted her glasses slowly and deliberately. Deliberately is knowingly. Her manner indicated that what was coming. This letter from Wanda's father was a matter of great importance. Everybody listened closely. The meaning has been given here. Listened with attention as Miss Mason read the brief note. Now you have to answer some questions. Why did Miss Mason read Wanda's father's letter several times? She read Wanda's father's letter several times because it had unusual things about the class. How did all listen to the reading of the letter? All listened to the reading of the letter with a great attention and seriousness. Can you tell me the meaning of deliberately? Yes, knowingly. Remember this. What happened when Miss Mason said that she wanted to read the letter? What happened? There was a stopping of shuffling, that is sound of feet, and peace. When Miss Mason said that she wanted to read the letter. Now see the letter. Dear teacher, my Wanda will not come to your school anymore. Jake also. Now we move away to big city. No more howler, Polak. That is a word of anger, useless word. No more ask why funny name. Plenty of funny names in the big city. Yours truly, Jan Patronsky. Dear children, you can remember the children, I mean American children in Wanda's class laughed at her funny name. They laughed about the dress of Wanda Petronsky. Overall, they made a fun of Wanda in the class. That is why the family of Wanda decided to leave that city, and they wanted to go in a big city. This letter explains this. A deep silence made the reading of this letter. Miss Mason took off her glasses, blew on them, and wiped them on her soft white handkerchief. Then she put them on again and looked at the class. When she spoke, her voice was very low. I am sure that none of the boys and girls in room 13 would purposely and deliberately hurt anyone's feelings because his or her name happened to be a long, unfamiliar one. I prefer to think that what was said in thoughtfulness, thoughtlessness. I know that all of you feel the way I do, that this is a very unfortunate thing to have happened. Unfortunate and sad both. And I want you all to think about it. Dear children, this passage had been asked by CBSE during year 2012. Be careful about this passage, this paragraph. What did Miss Mason do after reading the letter? Can you answer? Yes. Miss Mason took off her glasses and wiped them. What did Miss Mason call such a happening? Two things are there. You can search by yourself easily. Miss Mason called such a happening as unfortunate and sad. What advice did she give to the class? She advised that the whole class should think about the whole incident because you know Wanda had left the class and on another hand she had made the drawing of 100 dresses and she had got the first position in that competition. So, are you clear? What advice did she give, means Miss Mason give to the class? She advised that the whole class should think about the whole incident. Can you find a word which means unknown? Yes, that is unfamiliar. The first period was a study period. Mary tried to prepare her lessons, but she could not put her mind on her work. She had a very sick feeling in the bottom of her stomach. True, she had not enjoyed listening to Peggy ask Wanda how many dresses she had in her closet. What is closet? That is almira. But she had said nothing. She had stood by silently. And that was just as bad as what Peggy had done. Worse. She was a coward. At least Peggy had not considered they were being mean, but she, Maddie, had thought they were doing wrong. She could put herself in Wanda's shoes. Dear children, this paragraph is also important for you because this paragraph has been asked for comprehension in the year 2016. Why could Mary not prepare her lesson? Can you answer? Mary could not prepare her lessons because she felt bad at Peggy's making fun of Wanda. Mary did not want that the children of the class should make a fun of Wanda because she was also a poor girl. What had Peggy asked Wanda? Peggy had asked Wanda how many dresses she had in her closet. Yes. Now, what was her cowardly act? Mary's cowardly act was that Peggy was doing wrong to Wanda in asking her the question. What was the question? How many dresses are there in your closet? Uh, How was Mary's attitude towards Wanda different from that of Peggy? Can you answer? Mary's attitude towards Wanda was of sympathy, while Peggy's attitude was of mocking and making fun of Wanda. So, this paragraph is important for you. Goodness, was not there anything she could do? If only she could tell Wanda she had not meant to hurt her feelings. She turned around and stole a glance at Peggy. But Peggy did not look up. She seemed to be studying hard. Well, whether Peggy felt badly or not, see, Mary had to do something. She had to find Wanda Petrunski. Maybe she had not yet moved away. Maybe Peggy would climb the heights with her and they would tell Wanda she had won the contest, that they thought she was smart and the 100 dresses were beautiful. Now, dear children, these are four questions for oral comprehension. I think you should answer now. What did Mr. Patrinsky later say? This is the question. The letter says, the letter said, Wanda will not come to school. They were going to a big city. There will be no more fun on names. There were plenty of funny names in the city. So no one will laugh on Wanda in the for her name. The letter tells. I think you have to answer. You can answer. The second question is there for you. Is Miss Mason angry with the class? Or is she unhappy and upset? Miss Mason is unhappy and upset with the class. She calls it unfortunate. It was utter thoughtlessness. She asked the class to think and not hurt anyone's feelings due to longer name. The third question is there. How does Medi feel after listening to the note from Wanda's father? Medi feels greatly hurt. She was a very sick feeling. She becomes silent. She wants to meet Wanda to tell her that she is the winner of the competition. And last question is there for you. What does Medi want to do? Medi wants to meet Wanda. She wants to go to Boggin site and tell Wanda that she was the winner of the competition. Dear children, you are expected to answer the questions. I hope you will do this. I would like to suggest you read your lesson again and again in order to understand the lesson well. Thank you, children.